Hello everybody and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. Today what I have for you is kind of a frequently requested thing where I'm going to be showing like the classic Sera list with like Mysterio, Enchantress and all of this stuff. And then the Sera darkhawk list. And I'm going to try to answer and kind of show the difference between the two because people had questions about both, like what's better, what's good, are both viable, is one better than the other? What replacements can I make? And I'm going to go over those in two videos, basically. This is the very classic Sera Hawk list. A lot of these lists played armor. I think armor is so terrible in the Shang-Chi deck, in the Killmonger deck, where I don't play armor. I decided to play Hood instead. I think you could also play Zabu in this deck for, like, Enchantress and Shang-Chi. I also, like, I know I got flamed in the comments when I didn't play Enchantress last time, but I am kind of just copying, like, the established deck. I got this off of Untapped, and I made one change. Because like, I just think armor's that bad where I couldn't even try it. I think that Enchantress is like the worst she's ever been in this current metagame. Where like she only really hits armor out of the meta decks. And then like they still have Cosmo. So I don't think Enchantress is very good. Like she's only really okay in like the Shuri Red Skull deck if you hit armor and then you can Shang-Chi that lane. But then you're spending like 8 mana to kill their one card, which feels pretty bad. Like, if you really wanted to, you could just play, like, Enchantress, or you could just play Valkyrie if you really wanted to beat that matchup. Enchantress does win me, like, a sick game against Mr. Negative here, shutting off, like, Armor and Blue Marvel or something like that, or Blue Marvel and, Iron Man or something like that. But, overall, I think Enchantress is pretty whelming. But other than that, this list is pretty stock. I mean, you know, you have the Hood and Nova, both really good 1-drops to blow up with Killmonger. The Demon is very useful. You play Sera on 5, and then you can cast all these things. You have Bishop into Mysterio, which is really solid. I love Sentinel. Sentinel's super good. Angela's really good in this deck. Somebody asked me about playing Rhino instead of Scarlet Witch, and I think that's a fine change because then you have a more consistent like variant on the location. But the really huge thing about playing Sera in this deck and playing Scarlet Witch is Scarlet Witch's 1 mana disruption, which is huge. 1 energy disruption on the final turn is so massive. Also, just like you have a lot of 2-drops, so like turn 4 you can just play 2-2-drops, which is very useful. Or, like, I'm sure you could play Rhino instead of Scarlet Witch, but I do think you'd probably end up making the deck a little bit weaker. But it wouldn't be a huge change. It's just like the outcomes of the final turns where you're playing like Shang-Chi and then 3 1-drops, or sorry, 3 2-drops that are reduced to 1, don't really happen anymore because you're playing Rhino. But, you know, I think that's a fine change. That's definitely a reasonable change. But tomorrow you'll see the Starhawk deck, and I'm going to answer the questions about, like, oh, is aero still good? I'm going to talk about it and stuff like that. But I hope you look forward to that, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for another Marvel Snap video. I think Cucumber actually does a really good job getting people to try to play Galactus. Like, he's actually really inclusive with Galactus. Where he'll play anything in Galactus you can play. You know what I mean? Like, he's all encompassing. Yeah, best animation, best salt delivery. You're true. It's true. No card gets people mad like Galactus. Enchantress is going to be really good this match. Enchantress is going to pop off this match for sure. Oh my god. Olympia is so good for them. We're probably fine, but that sucks for me for sure. That's definitely bad for us. This is not our ally at all. Okay, we get the 0-drop though, which is huge. Chavez is nice. If we draw a Killmonger, we get to blow up the Nova and get a space here again, which is good. No, honestly, Cucumber, no joke. I have learned so much more about the archetypes of Galactus from hearing you than I knew before. Like, I know about so much more Galactus archetype now because of you. Like, no joke, that's all you. Like, I've learned more Galactus decks because of you. I've seen the places Galactus can go. Sera. So, Sera's fine. We're saving, I think we have to greed. So, Killmonger and Lizard are our last 2 cards, so we're guaranteed to draw them. So with that in mind, I think I play Hood and Sentinel, and I really, really hope that next turn we draw Killmonger. I guess I actually just play the Hood and I don't play the Sentinel because I need to draw Killmonger. And we're saving Enchantress. Okay, a magic, so we're guaranteed to draw Killmonger. Killmonger next turn would be best. Killmonger next turn is actually crazy good, chat. Killmonger next turn is so good. Thank God. Okay, we really needed that. Really, really needed it. I think I just Killmonger here. And then I'll have one space everywhere so I can play everything. It's actually just Killmonger pass. I can win through the limbo, maybe. I can Scarlet Witch limbo, which might be good. And just not play the 6-drop. So shut off Blue Marvel. I don't win middle, though, if I do this. So I think this is wrong. I think I just have to play this here to blow this up. I get one spot here. I get two spots here. I have one spot here, and I just save everything. This actually seems best. So now I can, okay, so Mystique here. But I'm greeting this Enchantress so hard. Actually, so much greed on this Enchantress. Okay. So we have free 6-drop, and then we have Enchantress. So they have priority, which is great for us. So we've been setting up for this, like, literally all game. Where now we have, like, all of these cards that we can play last turn. Like, we've actually set up for this all game. I think it's Shang-Chi here to blow these up. Enchantress here to kill the right side. And then, like, Chavez here is really good. Demon here. I think this is our best case. And we'll see what happens. But we've actually, like, we've been greeting this all game. So they Shang-Chi, which is fine. We also get to Shang-Chi them. Iron Man is fine there because we win middle. And then we win right, I believe. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. I think we played that game, like, actually perfect. I think that game, actually, we played perfect. They had Mr. Negative turn 1, and we saved, and they just took over priority because they had to play their cards. And then, like, we just got to have perfect information on where we want to play everything, right? So, like, the first level is nice, for sure. I agree with that. But, like, it depends. Like, it's not worth it, like, to completely ruin the split for me. Like, most of the time, I don't think the split is ruined. But, like, this Cosmo looks okay, actually. Cosmo looks okay with this. Yo, what's up, Phaser Snap? How's it going? How is it hanging? Yeah, Ink looks really good with the first border, right? Like, I never... Like, I just never want to, like, Ink to get rid of, right? Like, I just don't actually ever want to Ink away it. Yeah, border choice feature would be awesome. Border choice feature would be really cool. Bucky Barnes. White Queen. We definitely dip them here. The Destroyer is actually pretty nice in our deck. We're probably not going to draw it, but it is pretty nice. I think it's just Bishop here. See what happens. So that means they lost their Destroyer, right? Since we copied it from their hand, they lost it. Or, like, they could have redrawn it. But, like, that's their thing gone, right? Do we have priority? Priority is really important. Okay. So, there's a good chance that we get Professor X'd. So, I am going to Shang-Chi this now. Even though I'm passing up to Sera. Because they either go Professor X or Armor here, and I want to do this when I have priority. Or we're just, like, always losing this lane, right? Because if they Destroyer here, we're losing here. The Destroyer is actually really good for them on the left. But I think Shang-Chi here is too important to pass up on. And then if this is like a Professor X, our Bishop's going to outscale it, right? So it's fine. Yeah, so that's the armor, which we were talking about. Armor Sunspot, sure. Yeah, you have to have a feeling in moments like that, for sure. So if I Lizard here, am I winning middle? I go +6. This is really good. I think this is fine. So we're going to have 3 bodies here. This just kind of plays for everything. Am I beating Bucky Barnes here? I am beating Bucky Barnes here. So this is fine. Am I beating Destroyer on the right? I need to make sure I beat Destroyer on the right. So if Destroyer middle, I win the other 2 lanes guaranteed. If the Destroyer left, I need to win right, is basically what it comes down to, right? So I think I actually play Mysterio here, trying to beat Destroyer, because I have to beat Destroyer left. Because Destroyer left is 6 here, turned into 7. No, it's not. It's just 6 here. So I'm going to lose here, but I'll win mid and I'll win right if I do this. So I think this is my best line. This beats everything I can think of. So it's destroy on the left, it looks like. Because now I win middle and right. Just as we drew it up, chat. Just as we drew it up. Like a book, chat. Like a book. The Shang-Chi was perfect. Sera would have lost us the game. Feels very good. Feels very, very good. Actually, so unfortunate. I could have played better, though. I probably could have, What are we talking about? I literally mentioned it, but my brain's already forgetting it. I could have, I could have played Nick Fury. Nick Fury would have been better, probably, so I could have played slightly better. That's still super unfortunate, though. Like, that's actually crazy unfortunate. Super cursed. They just let me have the Hulk. They didn't even fight for the Hulk. Interesting. I'm definitely mindscaping this. I think. And I'll lose priority here, which is fine. Maybe I'm supposed to play this somewhere else, because if this is like, armor, I kind of messed up, right? I guess I have Enchantress for armor. It's that. Putting the mindscape. And a lizard. So we have priority, so we can't get... Okay, Killmonger's a great draw. So we can Enchantress into... We can Scarlet Witch into Killmonger, blowing up all of these, and we get rid of the flooding, right? Which is fine. And we can't get jugged because we have priority, which is really good. So this is fine. Miniaturized lab, okay. This is complicated. The no cost reduction is obviously tough, but they also lock themselves in here, right? Titania. Okay. What's the most I need to play? I can just, like... Is Sentinel here enough? Plus, I go +8, they go -3. So Sentinel here is just enough, right? And they go -8, so we actually just swap powers. So this is enough here, and then I can just go, like, Demon here. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, there's, like, actually no way, right? Heckmech had the read. Heckmech actually, like, knew what was up. I wasn't thinking Venom. But, like, I feel like I can't post that, because they lost the game more than I won the game, if you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Yeah, Shuri, I guess Shuri makes it fine. Shuri makes it fine. Season 1 was Mike Morales. Miles Morales, I think, actually sees more play than Nimrod. I actually think Miles Morales is a way better card than Nimrod. I think Miles might actually be... Like, I actually think Miles is probably a better card than Nimrod. Maybe I'm just that much of a hater. Maybe I need to change my mind. Maybe I'm wrong. But I actually think Miles is a better card. I played Miles and move like this. Yeah, Nimrod fits in more decks, but, like, Nimrod's kind of just bad in every destroy deck. And I say that, like, maybe I'm wrong. Like, you know, I could just be being too hard on the boy. But I actually feel like Nimrod is just, like, the worst card in, like, so many decks. Like, the deck is just better if you cut Nimrod so often. From my experience, at least. Oh my god, we shut off their loot cage. Wait, that's so good, chat. Wait, we shut off their loot cage. That's huge. Wait, they're so pissed. Wait, chat, that is so good. And then we just blow up these. That was actually so good. And we have priority? I'm going to snap back. I feel like this is a snap back moment. And then we have Shang-Chi. Okay, I shouldn't have snapped back for content, but that was hilarious. That was actually hilarious. That was so funny. I put Sera super hard in my tier list. I don't think... my tier list video is kind of a long watch. It's like 30 minutes. But in my tier list video, I said Sera is one of the best cards you can pick up from Pool 3. because Sera just, like, translates really well from pool 2. Like, you have a lot of really solid options from pool 2. But also, she's just really strong. Like, you're happy to have Sera if you're pool 3 complete, but also if you're, like, just starting, Sera is still also really good, right? I play Rod on Negative Galactus. Yeah. Well, some people play Destroyer in Negative Galactus, too, which is interesting. I don't know if that's good, but that is something I've seen people do. We're going to Bishop here, and then Scarlet Witch Mysterio, and then we have Jubilee, but Jubilee just most likely hits a rock, right? So it's not actually that good. Yeah, she opens up so many deck options. She's super consistent, opens up a lot of decks. Also, like, if you're just starting, Sera is great, because there's so many good pool 2 cards you can play with Sera, right? Because, like, Sera just, like, translates really well from pool 2, right? Okay, rock. Please be a rock. Okay, it's a sunspot. But either way, we're manipulating this where we get another spot, so it's fine. I think everyone... Well, I think people who play Sera Surfer also just love Sera Surfer, which is a big thing. That's so bad, chat. Oh my... That's so bad. We're not happy about that at all. Man, that might be worse for them, actually. Might be worse for them. I kind of want to blow up the... I have to Killmonger, they kill my demon. Actually... So I just go, like, Killmonger here, Demon here, Rock here. And then they get a Mysterio, they get a Shang-Chi and a Jubilee, which isn't even that good. I think this is fine. Oh my god, they played everything? Okay. They have a bunch of rocks in their deck. Keep that in mind. They played a Mysterio. Oh, this is our Mysterio. Order? What was bad order? You wanted me to blow up the rock? I guess I could have blown up the rock. But it doesn't make that big of a difference, right? Like, it's fine either way. Blowing up the rock or not. So we're winning middle. We're winning left. One of these is the real Mysterio. Doom is perfect, right? Doom guarantees it. Basically. I could also play... I could play 2 cards. But Doom is just safer, right? Doom is just better. They have to draw a Mjolnir this, like, literal turn, and they have all the rocks in their deck. We had 5 here and 5 here, and none of our cards beat this. Like, even if they Mysterio themselves here, we're fine, right? They could Mjolnir top deck, but they have 8 cards in their deck, so it's pretty unlikely, right? Like, it is technically possible, but I think it's so unlikely. Yeah, rock. Yeah. Actually, like 0% there, right? Yeah, Surfer I never played for. I wish I played for Surfer. Surfer looks like a really cool card. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my Marvel Snap video. I'm currently making a Marvel Snap video every day, so if you do enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. It does help me out a lot. I also stream live at twitch.tv/homeboymaxwell. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you tomorrow for my next video. Have a great day.